everyone, Dotti here. I've been kind of absent and making videos. My brothers came down from Oregon and to visit and meet my grandchildren for the first time, their nieces and nephews, and Emily and Jake fell in love with them. So it's been a busy week, but a good week. Lots of staying up to wee hours and visiting and chatting and just catching up on everybody's life. Anyway, today I'd like to talk about smart shopping. We all go shopping. Grocery shopping is what I really like to discuss because you can get in a lot of trouble at the grocery store. For example, the other day when my brothers left, Al and I went to Costco. We got our prescriptions and a few groceries, and we decided, I decided, let's have an ice cream. We just had a vanilla yogurt. Al went to the pharmacy to pick up the prescriptions. I sat down and waited for him and visited with all the people all around me. I love people, especially all the little children. They're just so darn cute. Anyway, I decided when he came back to go up and get the ice cream. Well, I realized that I didn't have my phone with me, so no Weight Watcher app. What am I going to do? I ate the ice cream. It had a Hershey syrup on it, which added a little bit. So I figured maybe 8-10 points for the sundae, because it was just vanilla yogurt. It wasn't strawberries, it wasn't chocolate and vanilla, it was just vanilla yogurt ice cream. Wow, when I got home, I discovered it was 31 points total. Yikes! Yep, I had to eat it. Thankfully, I don't use much of my weekly points, so I had plenty with 20 weekly points left over, so it wasn't that big a deal, but I'm not going to be eating that again, and if I do, I'm going to ask for very little or split it with Al. No Hershey syrup, just plain vanilla yogurt. On the old point system, it was like 8 to 10, the original point system that I used to do, so I figured I'm smart enough, I know what it is, I'll get by. Well, I wasn't smart enough, and I got by, but I didn't like it. So today I want to talk a little bit about preparing for grocery shopping. There's a lot of things you can do to help your grocery experience so that you are not going to have all those yummy, delicious, high point, sugary foods jump into your cart. And when you get home, what are you going to do? Of course you're going to eat them. Unless your temptation is that good, which I haven't met anybody yet on Weight Watchers that it's that good. All the power to you if it's you. So one of the things I'd like to talk about is make sure you have your Weight Watcher app or your slide or your books or whatever you use to know how to get the right foods or pick up the right foods at the grocery store. And right foods, I mean foods that aren't high calorie, aren't sugary, aren't loaded with preservatives, and definitely are not high points, because you will go through your points that quick. I remember when I first started Weight Watchers in 1998, I looked at the slider and I went to the grocery store and I couldn't believe how many points something was. And gosh forbid if I should stop at Burger King on the way home. I'd have to go to bed for the rest of the day afterwards. There was nothing left. It was so high in points. I'd get my Diet Coke, but that didn't help much. With the Weight Watcher with the hamburger and all the fixins and the bread and the fries and salt, and yeah, I was in bed for at least a day or a day and a half maybe. So you want to make sure you go prepared. As you can tell by my story I just told, I wasn't prepared. And I wasn't prepared to say no to the ice cream either. So that brings me to the next point. Never go hungry. If you go hungry, you wouldn't believe what you're going to bring home. Things are just going to jump into your cart. They're just going to, and then you're going to go home and eat them and be in a coma and wake up and say, how did that thing get home? I didn't have that on my list. But that's what happens when you're not prepared. And if you can't go full from a meal, bring a water bottle with you. Sip on that. The next thing is a good thing to do is wear your snuggiest, nicest outfit where you feel pretty in. So your mind will take over and not want to put stuff that's bad in your cart because you want to get into that next size down. No problem. But if you're wearing baggy, loose clothing and you have the I don't care attitude and you don't care what you look like, you're not going to care what goes in that cart. So remember to dress smartly. That will help your mood. Even at home, if you get out of your sweatpants and your jammies and wear snug clothes, you're going to be less apt to eat more. It works in a lot of different areas of the weight loss journey. And make sure you don't sample. Somebody was telling me at the Weight Watcher my Weight Watcher meeting, that the samples all added up to a ridiculous amount of points. I don't even remember the number now. And I've been known to when I first started Weight Watchers in '98, I was new to it. But they were sampling those cream puffs. Who can resist? So I'm sitting there and I get the cream puff in my mouth and I'm enjoying it. I haven't swallowed it yet. I'm enjoying it as I'm reading the label. Yikes! I spit it out and put it in the trash, and the display lady was saying that, oh, you must be a Weight Watcher. Yes, I am. It was delicious, but I couldn't swallow it. But the lady was just, she knew I was a Weight Watcher. Just like now, going around with the app at the grocery store, they all know you're doing Weight Watchers, or, you know, watching what you're doing, especially with the new app. It's wonderful. I don't care what they think. I'm going to go home with stuff that I know that I could eat and not have those red light foods in the house, because I don't care how much you bring home. If you bring home a red light box of cookies and you say, I'm being good, I'm putting them in the little plastic bags and I'm sectioning them off and I'm putting the points on them and I'll only eat one at a time. Well, that might work for you, but it doesn't work for me, because I eat 5 bags at a time, no problem. 2 cookies, nothing. So sometimes that works for me, sometimes it don't. If it's a really red light food, it won't work for me. Or if I'm really in the mood for salt and I want chips, I'm going to eat 4 of those. I'm not going to eat one of them where I'm just getting started on the salt. It's just reaching my body, you know. So you got to do what works for you. Another thing is you want to write a list and stick with it as best you can. And by doing those other things I just mentioned, you should be able to stick to the list fairly good. Grocery stores have a way of putting stuff right out there that will appeal to you. I mean, they have them on all the end caps. The first thing you need to do is hit the outer perimeters of the store, because that's where the healthiest food is, the dairy and the stuff like that, and your produce. So I hit produce first. You may think it's going to cost you more money in the end. In fact, I thought that when I first started. I can't eat healthy. It costs too much money. I don't have the money. It's bull. What costs money is the sugary, high preservative, high sugar foods. You go look at those cereal. If you ever go down the cereal aisle, you'll notice that when you have kids with you, all the kids' cereals on the bottom, the high sugar cereal. And it costs actually more than some of the ones that are not high sugar. Al's Bran Flakes, he eats Great Nut Flakes. His are like $3 a box. You go get a big Choc Cooler or Trix or any of those series, it's almost $4.50 a box. So don't be fooled that eating healthy is going to cost you more money. That's a little fallacy. And that's a little denial on your part if you think that, because it's not true. The other thing I'd like to talk about is when you're all done grocery shopping and you've worn that nice outfit, you feel good, you got stuff good in your cart. Remember, when you're going to the grocery store and you want something so bad that you really want to get it, just tell yourself, do you like it enough to wear it? That's gotten me by. That's helped me a lot in a lot of areas where, no, I don't want to wear it. And also, that's probably 8 extra exercise sessions in the gym just to get that off. And was it really worth it for 5 minutes of chowing down? I don't think so. Anyway, I want to leave you with a little funny. So I thought I'd make you smile today. It's called Grand Opening. I'm going to kind of read it because I don't have it memorized. It was the grand opening of a new supermarket where I was employed as a cashier. Despite lots of planning, and many products were not scanning at the register. In fact, they were given a loud beep that would last for about 15 seconds. It was really annoying my customers. Near the end of the day, a woman came through and with a big load of fruits and vegetables. Sounds like a Weight Watcher, huh? And followed by 2 small bags of chips. All the foods registered just fine. But when the 2 bags of chips went over the scanner, beep, 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 beep. She was so sorry. She was just about ready to apologize to the customer when the customers leaned over and asked, is this one of those Weight Watchers stores? Okay, I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.